Thanks, Michael. Thanks, guys, and apologies for not having the camera on here. Questions for you, Matt. Brian White's story is a little similar to yours. I don't know if you've met, had the chance to meet him yet, or how well you know him. But Jersey guy got his first cap at age 27. He's now with the full strength team for the first time at 29. What does it say that there's still different paths to get to the national team in an era where the norm is to turn pro? Like Josh and a lot of other guys have. Thank you, guys. Good luck.
Yeah, I think it should just tell everybody. I think there's also, you have Patrick as well, who has a similar story where, if you just keep focusing on yourself and bettering yourself every day, the doors are never closed. And I got to meet Brian well for the first time earlier this morning. Just chop up a little bit about Jersey. It's always nice to have another Jersey guy in camp. So he's got a level head, and excited to see what he can do here with everybody else.
Next will be Paul Tenorio from The Athletic.
Hi, thanks so much to both of you guys. And this one could be easily answered by both of you. I just wonder, with all the success that you guys have had in this tournament and Nations League, and how close we are to the World Cup, how much pressure do you guys feel, or do you feel there should be a pressure on you guys to win this tournament again? That the expectations after Copa America and your success means that this is kind of a win or bust scenario for the team?
I wouldn't say it's a win or bust scenario, but for us, it's definitely important whenever there's a chance to win a trophy to put our best foot forward and get our hands on it and lift it. Our last trophy was just a year ago, but it feels like we've gone through a lot of change and ups and downs since that moment. So for us, it's a good opportunity to get together again, play in a do or die games, and try to get our hands on that trophy for a fourth time. But for us, it's not about it being the fourth time. It's more about it being the next time.
Next is Henry Bushnell from Yahoo.
Thanks, Michael, and thanks, guys, for your time. I got a question for Josh. You're obviously on quite the goal-scoring run at Norwich right now, but unless I'm mistaken, it's been a pretty long time since you scored for the national team. Is that the type of thing that weighs on you at all when you come into camp?
It's obviously going to be in the back of my head a little bit, but at the same time, it's just been a weird run, I think, for a while now with injuries and whatnot. And, I've been very happy with the goals I've been able to score, at the club level, but definitely want to produce, the same stuff while I'm at national team. So I think this camp is another good opportunity for me, and hopefully I can, start doing that.
We'll go to Jeff Carlisle from ESPN FC.
Thanks, Michael. Hi, guys. My question is for Josh, kind of piggybacking on what Henry was talking about. You've obviously been on this great run of form at club level. What do you chalk that up to? And what goes through your head when you're in that kind of run? I mean, do you try not to think about the last goal, or you try to dive into it?
I think going into games, I always have certain objectives that I'm trying to accomplish, always wanting to score goals, but there's little things that you do throughout the game that put you in the right positions to score those goals. And I think as long as I focus on those, everything kind of seems to, get in place for me to, score. And I've been taking those opportunities, been feeling really good. But, I think, in these moments, you don't want to overthink it too much. It's kind of a flow state where everything is just happening for you. And, at the moment, it's going really well.
Next is Seth Bertelny from Pro Soccer Wire.
Thanks, Michael. This one's from Matt. Mauricio was asked last week about the goalkeeper position and said basically it's an open competition right now. Wondering kind of how you're approaching your position right now with some strong competitors, and how you kind of go about trying to keep hold of that starting role that you've had now for the last 2.5-3 years.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say that any position on this team right now is set in stone. I think there's probably an open competition all over the pitch. So We're seeing a lot of new names and coming into camps, and we're only a year away from the World Cup, really, or 15 months. So for me, it's, obviously my club situation isn't ideal right now, but, given every opportunity that I have to play, the utmost importance, and trying to put good performances together, string a few good performances together, and just control what I can right now, and then let the chips fall where they may. I think, obviously, whenever I come to the national team, I want to play. I want to put the crest on and have the responsibility, of being the number one. But, at the same time, I understand that, my club situation right now isn't the best, so I have to, maybe make some changes in that department if I want to play more consistently. But again, if I just continue to control the things that I can, play well when I have the chances with the U.S., I'll be happy with the hat I can put into the ring.
Next is Pardeep Khatri from CBS.
Hi, this one's for Josh. Obviously, we were talking about your good run of form. So what are some of the things that you want to take from your club form and hopefully bring to the national team from a tactical standpoint? And then also you were touching on the fact that it's been a rough or weird couple of years with the injuries and whatnot. So what does the opportunity right now feel like to be here, to be fit, to be in good form, and, to maybe be a really big player for the team this week?
To answer your first question, obviously I think the goals are the biggest part of my game at the moment. Just want to, link up well with the team, work hard for the team, and hopefully put the ball in the back of the net at the end of the day. And of course, a very big opportunity for myself at the moment, doing really well at the club level, and just want to bring that here, score goals, play well with the team, and, hopefully win some games.
We'll take a couple more questions and continue with Eduardo Batista.
Hey guys, thank you for your time. Just your thoughts on playing at SoFi, one of the stadiums hosting the World Cup, and then also your thoughts on playing Panama. Thank you.
You want to take it?
Yeah, sure. This will be my first time in SoFi. I haven't even stepped foot in the building before, so I heard it's quite the space, so I'm excited to see it. I know that they've worked really hard on the playing surface, and so I'm excited to see what that's gonna feel like. And it's obviously a big venue in the coming years for the World Cup, and then after that they have the Olympics here as well. So it'll be a good test run. And then playing against Panama, obviously a team that we've had our ups and downs with in the past few seasons, but hopefully, put some demons to rest. And we know they're a good team. They're a dedicated side. They work really hard. And, they make life difficult for all their opponents. So we have to match and exceed their intensity and go from there. That's just the starting point.
Matt mentioned the playing surface at SoFi. Just as a point of information, it is the playing surface and system that they plan on using for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So that field will be in place for the matches here in the Nations League, and will also be used for the U.S. Women's National Team match on April 5th against Brazil. We'll take two more questions and continue with Henry Bushnell.
Thanks, Michael. Just wanted to jump back in with another question kind of about the logistics of these camps where you guys, you fly in and have a Thursday game during an international break. And I believe it was different for both of you this time, because I think, Josh, you played on Friday, and Matt, you guys didn't have a game this weekend. How big of a difference does that make? And in the past, when you've come in on I assume when you come in on a Monday or whatever for a camp, but it's a Thursday game, how difficult is that?
Yeah, it's a very fast turnaround, of course. Guys flying in different days, but I think the other teams have to deal with that as well. The staff here are amazing at getting us prepared. They're doing everything they can to help us with sleep and recovery, nutrition, and I think all of us know each other for the most part. All of us have already gelled together really well, and just got to get right at it pretty much.
Our last question comes from Andrew Jones.
Thank you, Michael. As always, first for you, Josh, you and Jose Cordova being teammates in Norwich City. You talk about the bond that you've had with him this year. Did you all come on the same flight together with each other across the pond with your travels here and about facing him? And for you, Matt, just that performance against Millwall, you sharing that day with your family in that FA Cup win. Can you just talk about that whole day and how pleasant it was for you to experience that? First for you, Josh.
Yeah, Jose's a good guy, but no, we didn't travel together. You know, we had some jokes going on before we both left each other, but I think he said he traveled Saturday out of Norwich, flew to Amsterdam, and yeah, flew a completely different day. But it'll be good to see him for sure.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like an old rivalry in England. So to play in a really important derby to both the fans, the atmosphere was incredible. Obviously, that game had a little bit of everything, goals on either side, some obviously red card, and just a lot of passion and emotion. It was just great to be able to be a part of that, to put together another solid performance in front of the home fans at Selhurst. And yeah, most importantly of all, I just like to win games. So winning that game felt really good. And when I'm on winning teams, I tend to find the rest takes care of itself.